Greetings, I'm Caffeine Rage, and I'm back with more of Spintires MudRunner. And join me, ready to go vroom with me is...
Gaming Psychologist. For a second there, I thought you were going to be like with more of, what game are we playing? I don't know, that's just what your tone said to me for a second.
Well, we are in the right game, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. My brain's not asleep anymore.
To be fair, we are at least doing this, weekly. It's just, we're doing one episode a week, so it's taking us quite a while to actually build up the episodes.
Yeah, that's okay.
Well, it's not like I have content problems on my channel anyway, so yeah. So first things first is to switch to my preferred scout truck.
Yeah, I've never seen the C260 before. That's new for me. I just unlocked that from the, with balance points, or not balance points, but with the progression points. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to try that. And then I grabbed the B66. Although I'm not the one doing the explorers this time.
Yeah.
And the B66 is usually what I use for exploring.
Oh, and for some reason, I guess I double tapped my record mode on my phone. So turn that all back on.
You know what? I'll keep the B66 anyways, just for funsies. So yeah, I'm ready. So I guess I'll click to ready up. Hopefully my controller doesn't have any mishaps this time. I alt-tabbed before we started, and then I was like, oh, I alt-tabbed last time and it freaked out, so I restarted the game. So fingers crossed it doesn't freak out.
And I have one balance point. It's like, what do I do with it? I mean, I have a open truck slot, and it's one of those things. Well, I don't need to have another truck, but right?
Why not? The more, the merrier.
Okay, and we all set. So start game.
Yes, sir. Connecting to game.
Loading, please wait. Okay. Welcome to the Seashore.
Oh, there we go.
We're going to be selling seashells.
Alrighty.
Screw all this logging business.
Alright, so log station. Alright, there's two lumber mills on this one. Well, I need to back up before I can even...
Oh, I'm behind you.
I think you're showing up as... Nope, I'm hitting you. Okay, you were showing up as like a little ghosty thing on my screen. Garage cart, utility tent, spare wheel... Okay, yep. So we don't need this.
Alright, well, I'm going to go off-roading for a bit. See ya.
Okie dokie. Medium. So,
and now we never see each other again.
Are you going to get the garage?
Well, I'm heading towards the watch point. Yeah, watch point first.
Okay, that's fine. What else can I... spare wheel. This is basically a tan version of the C255, I think. I think everything is the same except the color.
This one comes in brown. No, it's tan.
I suppose I could use the other truck as a fuel truck.
Oh, so the cow?
Yeah. 16 spare wheel.
Ooh, that is some fast-moving water. Oh. Thankfully, it wasn't very deep, but yeah, started to get carried away there. I think that's the biggest gameplay change that they've made in this is, yeah, the water actually is a hazard.
Yeah, that and some visual improvements and...
Well, I say
the
gameplay
maps,
change.
Oh, gameplay change. The maps do... what's that thingy? The checkpoint or whatever? That feels like a pretty big change because it forces you
gate,
to take,
yeah.
Yeah, to take different routes at times. One of the main reasons I like the B66 so much is the diff locks are on by default forever and always. Because I did do some of the hard mode or advanced mode or whatever it's called in the original. And so that gives it a little bit of an advantage. Because the diff locks can be difficult to use when you're restricted by the actual way that they work in advanced mode.
And right there's the block post. I found the paved road. And I think I'm actually heading towards the garage.
Yeah, I'm taking the B66 over to fill up with fuel. And then I'll just basically have it as a support truck. If needed.
Another block post. Okay, that it goes off to a watch point, so we'll take that route.
There we go. That's gonna make it heavy.
Ah, there you are. Oh, hello. Oh, no. Don't
What?
flip, don't flip.
Oh.
Stay on target, stay on target.
I was like, are you talking to me? But no, you're not. I know what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm trying not to flip my scout truck. Or one of my scout trucks, I should say. Oh, that was useful. Okay, so fuel station's over there.
Turn the diff locks on. You know, the map made it look like there was a road here.
Not with that attitude, there isn't.
It's on the other side of those trees. I don't think my truck will fit there. I guess I'll go the long way.
Have you tried the diet? Go to purely unleaded fuel.
I have been on a diet for a long time. Unfortunately, I've gained a few pounds back. That's because we get free lunches all the time at work from the reps, the drug reps, and they just drop by and it's like, hey, we brought lunch today. So at least 2 days a week, I'm getting double lunch. Because it's like, well, I already ate my lunch today, but they brought food from X restaurant.
Okay, now granted,
granted,
I'm not a dietitian, but I think I figured out where you're gaining weight.
I stepped on the scales the other day, and I was like, well, I have gained 6 pounds since the last time I stepped on the scales. So
Did y'all get off?
I have to be better about doubling up on my lunches, and I need to exercise more.
I don't like exercise. Mostly because it's painful for me.
I'm okay with some exercise. I enjoy weightlifting, although I don't go to the gym anymore, so I don't do that anymore. And going for walks is nice, You know, it's nice and
I'm more
relaxing to get
hobble
out and
than
go for a
walk.
walk. Well, yeah, but I don't have a bum leg,
Do you want one?
so no, I'm good.
I mean, I mean, I could, help you out with that. Give you 5 minutes of my cane.
I'm good.
All right.
Where are
Well,
the 2 lumber mills? There's one over there and one over there.
well, I thought I'd offer. Can't say I didn't, offer to help. Okay, that's that. And looks like you unlocked a couple of trucks for me as well. Okay, back it up. Back that up.
See, this is a level where the block posts make it more difficult, because in the
Mhm.
original, you could use the paved road all the way around, no problems.
Yeah.
But now you're forced to go around.
Go around.
I'm not really sure what the best route is.
Yeah. I screwed up, and it's going to take me a little bit longer to unlock watch points because I missed a turn. I thought it was, taking the road would, take me to it, but turns out I had to dart across the road and, much like a deer. Sit there, wait for traffic to come, dart out in front of it, and then stare like, is that a car or 2 motorcycles?
Turn around and go the other way. But anyways, I do enjoy walking. It's nice and relaxing. But the summer heat, I'm like, screw that. I'm not going outside.
Yeah, it's not, hasn't been terribly hot here. It's just, 80+% humidity makes it, ugh.
Yeah, it's been in the, I mean, pretty much since the beginning to middle of June. It's been 80 plus degrees, and then pretty much the entire month of July so far, it's been like 90 plus degrees.
See, it hasn't hit,
with that ridiculously high humidity
yeah,
here.
see, that's the thing is that it rarely gets much above 90, but whenever the humidity, is, pretty much completely saturated, then, you walk outside and it's like walking into a wall,
Yeah. When it starts to cool off in September,
Hopefully.
I'll be getting out for, hopefully. I'll be getting out for walks more.
Also, something
And
else
this-
is that there's not really anywhere to walk to here. And I know that, is a pathetic excuse, but there is the thing, some sort of destination
Yeah.
helps psychologically.
hmm
Not just, walking for walking's sake.
Yeah, I just put in my earbuds and listen to a podcast and go. I don't really need too much of a destination.
Well, the thing is, every time I do that, I run into somebody that wants to talk.
Yeah.
Or it's
For me, that would be my neighbor, Rick.
Or it's considered rude not to say hello back, and they don't realize earbuds.
Yeah, see, I just don't give a shit about social norms most of the time.
You don't give a shit about social norms? Nah. And here I'm trying to be an actually decent neighbor,
Oh, shit, there's no... Okay, so I'm gonna have to... You gotta dig yourself out of this truck. I'm too far away to winch. Well, never mind. I found my footing, my tiring.
Lift with the legs, not the axle. Or lift with the axle, not the frame.
Yes?
Well, I'm going to go get fuel.
Only 7 liters.
Yeah, that's what the 2 drums are for. They're 3.5 liters each. One thing I hate about this map is the bridge on the paved road.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not just me.
Yeah, no, I don't like it either.
The camera.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although you can just go inside the truck.
Yeah, true.
Now for that little portion. All right, so the block post is completely, obviously blocking the way of where I want to go.
How about that? Block post blocking.
Hey, there's two extra garages on this map. I just realized that.
Yeah, I'm gonna be busy.
Me too. Trying to figure out where exactly to go. I guess I'll hit this one first, just because it's easier to get to.
Oh, this is my turn off.
Follow the little coastal
Sometimes
road
the
around.
GPS navigation doesn't really show you all that well, huh?
Yeah. Alright, so I'm facing the wrong direction. Again.
Much like American politics.
Indeed. They're facing to the right.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, the right is only their position on the political scale.
Right and farther right. And then farther rest right.
And then wherever Putin is on the political scale.
I think I'm gonna run out of fuel on this trip. I mean, luckily I've got my handy dandy fuel truck that's only like on the opposite side of the map at this point, but... Ah, bridge camera. Whoa, truck. Whoa, Jesus, I'm going too fast.
Jesus, take the wheel. And Jesus is like, how do you drive this donkey?
They didn't have 18-wheelers when I was around. You're on your own. Fuck you, Jesus.
Jesus fucking Christ. No, that's on Saturdays. That is something, Jesus take the wheel, but when did he learn to drive?
There's a tree in the way. I'm just gonna run it over. Yeah, fuck you, tree.
Hey, free
Fuck
lumber.
you and nature.
Well, isn't this game like fuck you, nature, the game?
Pretty much.
I mean, think about it. We absolutely destroyed the environment. We destroyed the local geography by digging a bunch of trenches and trails and just going through natural habitats. We take away wild trees. Because most lumber you get these days isn't, harvested in the wild. It's farm grown.
Yeah, tree farms. Because trees can be grown, like certain subsets of trees can be grown in 5 to 7 years, which, when properly managed, makes trees a completely renewable resource. Yeah, just cut across the beach. The only way that you could say fuck you to nature anymore is if your power is coming from like a coal power plant.
Wait a minute.
My power is coming from a clean green nuclear power plant.
Well, mine's coming from beautiful clean coal.
Yep, my power is a combination of nuclear and hydroelectric.
That's something I never understood why, we haven't seen more nuclear power plants outside the whole, fear from like 3 Mile Island and Chernobyl.
Yeah, the biggest, I've just, watched like a couple of specials on the Discovery Channel and stuff talking about it, but this is where most of my knowledge comes from, but most of it is public perception, and then also what the hell are we supposed to do with spent nuclear fuel rods? Because those
they
things
glow in the dark watches. Well, isn't there technology to essentially use what's the spent fuel in different reactors to basically use it over and over again?
There is, but at least all of the reactors in the United States, like the newest nuclear reactor in the U.S. was built in this late 70s, early 80s. So none of the U.S. reactors are using that technology.
Yeah, which once again comes back to the the catch-22 of, well, what are you going to do with the nuclear waste? Well, we can build reactors, but we don't have the reactors to be able to justify investing in the technology, and plus the whole NIMBY thing.
Yeah, like,
I mean,
that's the thing. It's the investment.
I mean, think of the
governments have to plan for the future. Who knew?
What, planning with this current administration?
Yeah, I know. There are reactors in Europe and in the Middle East, probably Asia, but I'm not familiar with any of their nuclear programs.
Yeah, the only Asian
use
nuclear power facility I'm aware of is the one that happened to be where a tidal, or sorry, a tsunami hit.
Yeah, the one in Japan.
Yeah, which, think about the major nuclear accidents we've had. 2 of them have been either due to incompetence or just poor design. Chernobyl and 3 Mile Island. And one was due to a natural disaster that, honestly, I don't think anybody could have really predicted, but granted, probably could have been handled a little bit better in the design portion.
Yeah. Alright, so my block posts are open. I don't have any logs. I dropped off the first load.
Yeah, I saw that.
So I'll go back over to the logging station, and then I'll bring my fuel truck to meet me. That should work. But anyways, also there's thorium, which is a relatively new nuclear isotope.
That's in the Marvel universe, right?
Hi-yo. But it's much more energy efficient and thus creates much less nuclear waste. But that's one of those things. You have to build thorium reactors, and we don't have any of those here in the States.
At least with that attitude.
So it's just one of those things. I'm all for investing in nuclear power. Nuclear and solar. Wind,
what about coal?
All of those renewables. Do what?
What about coal? That renewable.
I mean, if one of the people working on the project is named Cole, that's fine. But fuck the black stuff that comes out of the ground at this point.
Dude, that's racist.
Oh, you got me for being racist. Yeah, most of Tennessee's power comes from the Watts Bar Dam nuclear plant, and then we have quite a few dams producing hydroelectric power.
Is it a goddamn?
It's a goddamn. So
well, that's the map revealed.
We've had a pretty big focus on renewable energy for, I don't know, 3 decades.
Or clean energy, at least.
Yeah, clean energy for like 3 decades before, quote unquote, it was popular. We were doing it before it was cool. But I mean, that's just because we have so many rivers and shit running through Tennessee. They were just like, hey, let's capitalize on all of this. And then with Tennessee being where the Manhattan Project was developed, we had the first nuclear reactor in the country. So that's pretty cool. I've been there. I've seen it. It's a weird looking thing. It's basically just a wall that they shoved fuel rods into. But they didn't know that they were fuel rods at the time. They just were like a byproduct of creating nuclear bombs, is that we can generate power off of this wall. And so it was horribly inefficient, but it is the first nuclear power plant in the world, not the country. The first nuclear power plant in the world is in Tennessee.
Yo, you almost have a Pink Floyd song there.
Instead of another brick in the wall, it's another rod in the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I went there on a trip when I was in college, just like for a club I was in. because we went to go check out the mainframe, or not the mainframe, one of the supercomputers that's there, in Knoxville, or just outside of Knoxville, that's on the same site as where the Manhattan Project was developed. And just as, you know, part of being there, we were like, hey, let's go check out the Manhattan Project historical site. And it was like being in Fallout. Because, you know, it's all preserved, and it's all that 1940s and 50s style technology.
And did you have spurs that jingle, jingle, jingle?
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to do more New Vegas. I was mostly just, well, I've pretty much decided the way I want to go, but I'm not sure if we want to talk about that or not.
I mean, we can. I didn't play New Vegas at all this weekend. I need to. I mean, I obviously need to.
I'm
keep
pretty
playing
much.
it, but-
Well, I'm not quite locked into my route, but I have all 3 routes available now.
Yeah, it's you're farther along than I am at this point. I've put a good.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm. Oh,
What?
hello.
Oh, hello.
I may be carrying a few garage points.
Just a few. That's okay.
Okay, that's to the road.
But yeah, I've put like 15 hours in so far.
I don't think I put that many in, but I focused more on the main story.
Yeah, I've been wandering the wastes and exploring things and power leveling, because that's what I do.
Well,
Probably the last week,
Well,
I'll buckle down and play New Vegas all week,
yeah,
and just go ham on the story.
Yeah, I think I hit level 11 or 12. So I was able to get the perk to teach me power armor instead of, you know, doing the Brotherhood of Steel.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I didn't really care for the Brotherhood of Steel in New Vegas. Granted, I realized that they were supposed to be dicks. But maybe it's just, you know, Veronica's personal quest line paints them in an even worse light. You know?
Yeah.
I did get my first super weapon, though.
Nice. What'd you get?
The Sea Finder.
Okay.
Do you even know what I'm talking about?
It sounds familiar, and I'm trying to place it in my mind, but it would speed up the process if you just told me.
Archimedes?
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, once I've...
Is that the like the little laser gun or whatever that targets the super laser?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I saw the kids in the town that have it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I didn't even power the weapon, so it would be useless if I got it.
I already powered the weapon. It's good to go for me.
Yeah. I mean, I turned... Like, I did the quest to activate
the Legion.
power.
Yeah, the Legion may have a little close encounter with that super laser.
Oh, look, it's Katie's Bridge.
This map doesn't have Katie's Bridge.
Oh, well, it's a bridge that's like Katie's Bridge.
It's Katie's other bridge. That would be hilarious to have her on here. Thankfully, hauling a garage trailer doesn't count as hauling a load, though.
Yep. Only logs count as hauling a load.
What a load.
Speaking of Katie, our anniversary is this Saturday.
Uh-oh.
My in-laws are flying in on Thursday or Wednesday. One of those days.
I sure hope that you figure it out before then.
They're taking my kid to Gatlinburg for the weekend.
Oh,
so
my.
we're gonna have the weekend to ourselves here in the house.
Oh, my.
We're gonna go see Ant-Man and the Wasp.
So an insect-based weekend. Got it.
And then,
Okay, I want to go off to the right here.
and then we're gonna finish Jessica Jones season 2 finally.
I've been watching some more Parks and Recreation. The first episode I thought kind of sucked. But after like the second or third, I'm starting to get into it more.
Yeah, the first few episodes, I mean, the entire first season is a little bit rough compared to the rest of the show. But I mean, most shows need a season or two to really
Yeah.
find their footing. But Parks and Rec, as aside from, a few bad episodes here and there, has got a pretty much purely up trajectory. Like, the farther along that show went, the better it got.
But I could
And they
definitely,
had enough.
yeah, I could definitely see why there's a internet following for Ron Swanson. By the way,
Yes. Oh my god. I love me some Ron Swanson.
well, this ought to tell you. I think I'm on the 3rd episode now. The Scrabble.
Yeah.
I knew he was letting me win. He has all the qualities I'm looking for in a government employee.
Yeah, as the series goes on, Ron develops into probably one of the best characters in the show. I mean, nobody feels useless. Like, everybody feels like they have a place. But, certain characters are better than other characters. Ron was always my favorite.
Well, that's garage points there. Okay, let's see. Garage points go over. Where's the other garage? You did say that there was 2, right?
Yeah, the
okay,
other one's
there
in
it is.
the south
I see.
corner.
Okay, I see it now. The nice thing is, since I had it set up where I was carrying 4 garage points, I could just reload here and not have to go back.
Yeah. Well, I'm headed with the second load of logs to the first lumber mill. Or the lumber mill I designated as the first one.
And then the next one is Lumber Mill A.
Lumber Mill 1 and Lumber Mill A. Come on, truck, you can do it. We already made this run once.
Okay, I need to lay out my route. So there's that. So, boom.
Played more Astroneer this weekend with Jim and Spaceman. Jim and I kind of planned it out, and then Spaceman showed up, and I was like, "Hey, can I play Astroneer?" We were like, "Sure."
Hey guys, can I play too?
There's a lot of stuff that I hadn't quite figured out about the game that Jim told me about that makes some of the complaints that I had or some of the issues that I had non-issues. But I mean, it was mostly just because I hadn't spent enough time to learn the game yet.
Yeah, well, I specifically played something earlier to be able to talk about on the podcast.
Yeah, so far I've only got 2 games to talk about.
Yeah, I got 2 as well.
With the stuff that I figured out now, and we've made a lot of progress. We were gonna try and play again on Sunday. We built a rocket, but I was like, guys, I'm wiped. I have to go to bed on Saturday.
Did you at least paint it red?
No. As far as I know, there's no paint function in the game.
0 out of 10, unplayable.
And I know what you're getting at there with the red rocket, but
Oh, come on. That's pretty much the only joke you did for, what, 4 or 5 weeks at one point? Whenever we were doing stream night?
oh yeah.
I mean, that's your thing.
Yeah, I guess so. But anyways, yeah, we built the rocket, and we're gonna get off
And your
the
thing
planet.
just happens to be red. You may want to, see a doctor about that. Get some ointment. It could be a bonding experience. Katie can put it on for you.
I don't. I'm trying to figure out how to make that funny, and not be like too gross about it. But I can't figure out how to do it, so I'm just not gonna go there. Just not gonna go there.
Wow, I actually
I'm
had
not
a
like-
place that you wouldn't go.
Now, I'm not ashamed to talk about it, but anyone who might ever listen to this, and even you, might be like, "Oh God, that's gross. Why are you telling me about this in your body and its functions?"
Okay, probably don't want to know then.
Yeah, I'm not ashamed to talk about it, but you know, as the
But you
years have
respect
gone on,
but you respect too much information. Got it.
yeah,
And I thank you for that.
you're welcome.
Because I really don't want to have to drive into a tree right now to to concuss myself to unlearn that.
The other game I played this week, the only other game, is a mobile game, which I
Hardly
originally
counts.
downloaded. I originally downloaded to play because I was like, teehee, schlocky game, but it actually
Well,
has turned out to be a
it can't be
decent
too
game.
schlocky if it's on the Google Play Store. Right?
The way that this game is advertised makes it seem pretty schlocky. I'll tell you all about it tomorrow. This podcast and talk.
Yeah,
But
well,
I was surprised. It actually turned out to be a pretty decent mobile game that I've been playing pretty heavily the last 3-ish days. The only other game I've played has been BattleTech. No surprise there. Still plugging away at 100%ing that game. Or at least 100%ing all of the single-player related achievements.
what, you're not going to try to get the multiplayer stuff?
Yeah, right. I have multiplayer matches that I have played. Maybe someday. Maybe once I've got another 500 hours under my belt. The multiplayer matches I've played so far always are one-sided. And sometimes it's I'm the one who kicks their ass, and sometimes I'm the one who gets my ass kicked. Because I don't like to play to the meta. I've never been someone who likes to play to the meta. That's not fun to me.
Yeah, I think that's why I ended up hating Hearthstone after a while.
Yeah, the only way to really deal with that is to play with the forced stock or default loadout options on all the mechs, but that's not fun either. So, yeah, it's kind of a shitty
Yeah,
situation.
can you blame me
in that
for not
respect.
wanting to play you? I wish I had
Yeah.
co-op.
I do too. I really wish it had co-op. That would be awesome. Even if it was just skirmish co-op, as opposed to some sort of campaign or co-op career, that would still be fun.
Yeah, if they ever do a co-op campaign, we're doing it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've been playing, doing self-challenge stuff. So I took a lance of 4 locusts, which doesn't even give you...
Woo!
It only gives you a half skull on the difficulty rating.
Mhm.
And I took that into a 2 skull difficulty rated mission. And I won. So that was fun. I had 3 pilots die.
Granted, they did make it where the lights are a little bit better. I still like how...
Yeah.
I do want to go and play Rogue Tech at some point.
Yeah, that's going to be my next thing. I don't want to start a new campaign, just because I've done 4 campaigns now. I'm really plugging away at the 100, or getting all of the max achievement in my current campaign.
Well, I just unlocked a D585 for you.
Thanks.
And I'll get the other truck over here, which for me is a C255, but for you is a C375. Turns out it's 20 better.
Woo!
Okay, well, that's all that. So, let's go haul some logs. Because I think I'm done with my exploration.
And I am right here at this one. I'm just kind of stuck. There we go. Pull myself free. But I'll have this lumber mill finished off. But anyways, I want to get the 100% with the mechs, or, you know, getting all the mechs in career mode or campaign mode before I move on to Rogue Tech. Just because I don't want to start another game until I finish that one off. My biggest problem is I've been sticking too much to the major faction areas of space. Because they only have certain mechs that spawn during missions. Which I didn't realize that. I just thought it was the mechs that could show up in the store. But in my mod digging around in the files, I discovered that certain mechs don't spawn in certain areas of space. Only the sort of grayed out area in the periphery, everything spawns there. So I've been spending a lot more time out there, and I found quite a few mechs that I haven't seen, period, that I knew that were in the game just from the files and stuff I've seen. All right. So there is a logging station.
Okay. Disable that. Okay, why can't I attach that? I will say that they didn't make it where, you know, the game is a little bit more intuitive. Alright, maybe I can't use this particular truck.
This is closer. What's... Oh, this would be stupid. The D535. I'm doing it. Unless it can't carry enough logs, but I think it can. Actually, I should just recover it to the garage. It's right there. Oh, it's in a completely separate thing. Huh. So you can carry 7 points of logs.
Really?
In the D... Because the medium log trailer, it carries all of the logs in the trailer. And then you can carry 3 points of logs in the log carriage, which is short logs. Unfortunately, not all 8, but 7's pretty good. And I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to stick with the medium log cart because you're going to get a load too.
Yeah.
I guess I'll take the trailer hitch for the repair points in case I... Or, excuse me, when I crash into something.
Okay. Well, that would explain why I wasn't able to attach a trailer. I think it was because you were behind me.
Blocking you in?
Yeah.
Just adjusting myself in my seat. Well, this should prove to be an easy journey.
And you rolled it.
Already? Supposed to wait till I get to the end for dramatic timing. I think Battletech's going to wind up being the game that I play the most in my Steam library for a while. EVE Online has that distinction. But
Well, Warframe for me is slowly ticking up to my most.
how many hours do you have in Warframe, roughly?
800 some over,
Okay, so you...
several different play sessions. Yeah, going hard on
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Yeah, EVE Online is at something like 800 something hours on Steam. Overall, in Lifetime, I've played EVE Online more because I played it for years before I got it on Steam.
Hmm.
But on Steam, anyways, BattleTech is ticking up there. It's now in third place. KSP's at like 500 and something hours, and then EVE Online at like 800 and something. And BattleTech's at around 300 at this point.
Yeah, but the thing is, BattleTech, you haven't been playing for nearly as long.
No. Wait, what? Medium log cart and log carriage with crane or log carrier? Okay.
Whoops.
But there's not a medium log trailer. Move that. So do I have to have the medium log carrier and the log carriage?
Think so.
I wonder... Oh, this would be stupid if this was the case, but I wonder if you can't load this trailer, you have to have someone else load it for you. I feel like that would be really ridiculous. Or not, you have to load it manually, is what I mean. We'll find out, because I just grabbed the medium log trailer and the log carriage.
Well, now I wish I did what I was originally planning on. I was going to take this and the short log trailer.
Yeah.
But since you were talking about, doing 7 points, well, only needed the couple.
Do you only have short logs?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll see. Honestly, I might just load it manually if that's the case. Haven't had any crane action in this series so far.
You make it sound so dirty.
I know, right?
But after all, the claw chooses.
Ooh, the claw. Oh, I see. It's got like a little like toggle on it. I guess I just missed that the first time, where you can switch back to the trailer. I guess because the D535 has 2 points where it can load logs.
Mm-hmm.
I got it. All right, cool. I got my 7 points of logs. Although driving this is gonna be a bitch. Nope, that's wrong. That's wrong. No, don't tip. Don't tip. Oh. It was like laying on its side. I don't know how it didn't disconnect it, but I got it back. It's all good. Alright, how are we gonna do this? It's just very slowly and very carefully. That's how we're gonna do this.
Yeah, I was just slightly where my crane was barely in range, so move it so it's a little bit easier.
Aha! Did I do it? Did I make it all the way? Yeah. That was only like a 15-point turn.
Can you blame me for taking the crane now?
No.
Because I knew you were going to be in there for a while.
That's what she said? Question mark? Alright, I need to go left.
Well, if you had the poo-poo platter, you wouldn't have that problem.
Excuse me.
Well, I hope that's what you said after you were in there for too long.
I just smiled.
And loaded.
So the only other question is, am I going to make it without having to fuel up? Or do I need to fuel up?
Yes.
I have 200 liters of fuel, roughly, but currently I'm burning fuel at 22 liters a minute.
Yeah, I need to get moving because I do not want to be behind you.
Oh, I would let you go in front of me if that was the case. If I was gonna be in front of you or past you, I'd just go get the fuel truck to be safe.
Well, I'm nearly at the hard road because I was using that log kiosk.
Yeah. Loading logs the old-fashioned way.
With the crane.
So hardcore mode, if we ever swing back around to do that, for sure, we'll have to team up.
Double team the logs?
I guess we don't have to, but it would go faster if one person was a loader and the other person was a hauler.
Probably just do very bare minimum exploration.
Yeah, because we wouldn't need to explore the whole map or necessarily get all the garage points. I mean, you can't recover to a garage in hard mode anyways, so... The only part of the exploration would be to unlock all the vehicles on the map. We could split up and do exploration, too. Make that go twice as fast. We would have to work together as a team instead of just being on the same map.
Hey, we're working as a team.
We would have to work as a more cohesive team.
Oh. We're screwed. Oh. Guess I realize it's dangerous water level. But I was trying to ease in.
I just got to the road.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think I took the wrong exit.
Where are you?
Yeah,
Yes, you did.
yeah. Oh well. I missed my exit. I took the second right. I think.
You went right.
I
when
went.
you should have went left.
Okay, now Well, the block post block that anyway. So actually, I'm not too far off. If I can, go back to the hard road and continue around, I can take the scenic route. That's what happens when I'm trying to quickly navigate, because I know you're coming behind me and I need to get out of the way.
That's what she said? Question mark?
You know, need to get out of the way of all that wood.
Wink.
Hey, at least I'm not accusing you of having, you know, some softwood.
Yes. At least you're not accusing me of that. I've definitely got hardwood. I swapped over to my fuel truck. I'm gonna need fuel.
I'm good on fuel, at least. Okay, let's navigate this properly. So, go down here, take the exit before the block post. Because that's the annoying thing, is the block post is blocking off a fair chunk of that. Thing is, I'm not sure just how much of a road is there. Well, I guess we'll find out.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Yeah, it turns out we're living in the bad future.
Oh shit, water damage. Come on, fuel truck. Get out of there. That was much deeper than I thought it was.
So, so it's sort of like whenever I say something, you know, actually meaningful.
Yeah, something like that. Only with less wetness. Or more wetness, I guess.
Oh, do not switch to that truck right now. I just went past your D truck.
Yep.
And I was thinking, oh, do not switch right now because I'm going full tilt. And there's your K700.
Yep, which I haven't touched. Haven't needed to.
Yeah, the K700 doesn't get used all that much, does it?
No, it's got a loader on it now, so that you could theoretically load logs with it, but otherwise I've always just used it to be like, well,
honestly, if
that truck's stuck, I need to pull it out.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, if I needed a loader like that, I would just, I'm trying to think, it's the one from the newer DLC. That D-Class has a dedicated crane on it. So whenever we go hardcore mode, that's what I'm going to have on one of my choices. Because I like cranes. You like trains, I like cranes.
Fair enough. Alright, so I gotta go this way.
Besides, if I do that, I could be helping.
Yeah, whichever one of us can operate a crane better will be the crane person, and it sounds like that person is you.
Well, considering I've been doing cranes in at least 2 of these episodes already.
Yeah. I mean, I can do the cranes, but I take the easy route when I can. So you're probably definitely a faster, better crane operator than me.
Well, I went to a further log kiosk, and I was able to load up before you were able to even get out of the log, the lumber yard, so.
Yes, but I had to go back to it a second time because I didn't realize how to load the logs. But,
Oh.
yeah, you can be crane loader man. Although I do like to drive the support trucks. And it makes sense for the person who's doing the crane loading to also be the support truck man.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll figure it out. We could also take turns like we do with the exploration versus initial log hauling in this. Take turns being the support guy. I could always practice my log loading a little bit before we started. That way I'm not useless at it.
Plus, I imagine, loading into another truck instead of yourself is a completely different skill.
Oh, have you never loaded into other trucks?
No.
Oh, I've done that before. When I was doing all of these solo, in the first version of the game, I would always have one truck sit at the log kiosk and just be a loader truck and load it into the other truck. It's definitely easier to do that than to load them into your own truck.
Well, that's my load done.
Yep, I'm getting there. Pretty close.
Yeah, I took a little bit of time because I was in a C class. Here, I'll bring 7 liters of fuel for you.
Thanks.
Yeah, my little scout truck was also my fuel truck.
It's a good thing I fueled up, otherwise I would have ran out of gas right about here.
Which would have been
Which is
hilarious.
Yeah, it would have been.
Well, my fuel truck was actually right here, so.
7 liters of fuel, I think, would have been enough to get me the rest of the way, but yeah, if I hadn't filled up, I would have ran out of fuel.
Hang on, I'm coming with 7 liters. Wait, I'm almost there. I'm coming. I'm helping. Yeah, loading this thing up with fuel does change the handling on it quite a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah. Also, it's very funny, like, you're teeny tiny little truck, and I'm like, hey, what's up? I'm a big old fat truck. that was more than 7 liters. You're doing it wrong.
Fine then, give it back. I'll get the hose.
Woohoo! 1 hour and 2 minutes. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Times rescued twice. I guess I did rescue to the garage a couple times to save time.
3, but that was more just experimenting with a couple trucks.
Yeah. Progression point earned. New maps and vehicles unlocked.
Ooh.
All right. Back to the menu for our ending spiel, I suppose. Unless there's something else you want to...
No, I mean, we did everything on that map. Well, outside
Awesome.
of random achievements, which we're not worried about, right?
No. Alrighty. Well, on the interwebs, if you want to find me on the YouTubes, you can do so by searching for Gaming Psychologist. If you want to follow me on Twitter, you can do so at JMA4707, where I tweet about all kinds of things. And if you want to watch me post premieres and live stuff on Twitch, you can do so over at twitch.tv/jarthur4707. Finally, if you want to hear the both of us pontificate even more I was gonna say on topic, but that's not necessarily the case.
And
You can do
besides, I
so-
don't do that while I'm recording.
You can do so over at our podcast, Video Game Logic, which can be found on our YouTube channels or at vgopodcast.podbean.com, where you can find our RSS feed, or you can just search for it in your podcast app of choice. I have made sure that it is in many places so it can be picked up by most, if not all, podcast apps. Except Spreaker. Fuck Spreaker.
Your endless battle hasn't ended, I guess.
Yeah, I just gave up. What about you, buddy? Where can they find you on the interwebs?
Oh, well, you can find me over at Gaming with Caffeine Rage on the YouTubes. Granted, I'm a little light on content. Wasn't planning on being slight on content right now, but errors after 3 hours of successful recording testing and one successful episode took a break, and then everything broke. It shouldn't have broke. Or shouldn't break, so it wouldn't have broke.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm gonna go back into the choosing and figure out something else to play. Hopefully, maybe. But I do have RimWorld, so hey, I got something going on. And if you want me to kill you in RimWorld, drop by there and leave your name on the comments on one of the videos. I promise it will be completely pointless and unnecessary and most likely painful. But maybe
Sounds like a
even
good time.
humorous, so yeah, it'll balance out. But if you wish to catch me on the Twitter when I occasionally tweet, you can find me over at Gaming with CR on the Twitters, and that is pretty much it. I don't have nearly the spiel that you do, so bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Boy, we actually kept it kind of clean that time. Fuck.
Except for all the mud.